What's up, guys? Here's my review of Delta Airlines. It's at 30.90 right now, and it's fallen from a high of about 60. I'm actually pretty bullish on Delta, and that's because of its history. It's been a good stock in the past, and it's a well-known name in American stocks. And basically, I think the problem that it's had is because of COVID, obviously. It's fallen down. It fell down to about 19 or 20, and then it went back up. It's at about 30 right now. I think that you can make money on it in the long term. I think short term, there's going to be a lot of volatility. Basically, if you look down here, you can see that they've been furloughing thousands of people, the airlines. They've been getting rid of their workers, and that's it's been a problem for the other airlines. Delta is actually one that delayed their furloughing and delayed the money that they're getting. They're getting like a loan from the American government, and like Delta is one of the airlines that said that they didn't want the loan. The stimulus package has been delayed until after the election, until November. They're going to start working on that again. So I think that the stocks are going to go down in the short term. I'm not sure about that, but it's a lot of volatility. Another thing that you need to look into and be careful of is that Delta delayed about 40 of their Airbus their Airbus planes, their buys, and that means that they're not going to be getting those planes. They're not going to be doing as well. But like I said, I'm kind of bullish on Delta. Its fair value here on Morningstar is $42.50, and the price target, which is like the target that the average that the analysts come up with, is about 37. They're thinking that it's going to be worth about 37. Now, I think it's worth that much, except the coronavirus has been, messing with the airline industry. They made it so that they couldn't have the middle aisle seat filled, and that makes it so that airplane industries aren't they're not like profitable, and that's going to last for a while. It's got a 4.91 dividend yield, so that's good. That'll make up some of the money. That'll be about 5% profit over the year. But the thing is, with the virus, it could, things could happen really quickly and send the industry down. We're getting a vaccine in possibly December, and we should all be able to be immunized by early next year, the first quarter, the end of the first quarter of next year, or at least April. And that's the timeline that they're looking at. But even with that, it will take for everybody to agree to be immunized. I mean, it might take until the end of next year for herd immunity to be reached or surpassed. And herd immunity is like when the people are more immune to the virus than the virus can't get us. Basically, like I think it's pretty obvious that the profits are going to go down. But they've been a good company. If you look at just over the past year is when they fell, and before that, the last 5 years before that, they were up at like almost 50, almost 60. And if you look at the Delta, the max, it was good from about 2013. It started raising up, and from 2013, 2014 on, it's been up there at a higher level. So it's possible that it could fall down, but I don't think it's going to fall down into the under 20 area. And I mean, this is just, this is a time where basically the whole industry has been chaotic. And I mean, to be able to have, our president get sick and have the stock market fall, 400 points because of that. And he recovered so quickly, but if he hadn't recovered, it might have fallen much more. So it's, it's a volatile stock, but I mean, it's not as volatile as some people are saying. And I think it's going to get better, over the next year or 2 years or 3 years. It's just in this short term, like 2 or 3 months, like I think it's going to be kind of volatile. It might fall. Yeah, that's those are some of the risks of it. That's my opinion. They say painfully slow recovery, but we could recover quickly if next year we get our vaccine and everybody takes it. I mean, we could be, this could be shooting up by June. By June it could be flying up into the, the 42, the 45 area. I mean, it could go back up to where it was. And, it's been up to 60, but I honestly don't know what's going to happen to it, but I would be cautiously optimistic. And if you have, I would say like it's over a year or 2 years. If you're going to invest, there will be points when it goes up past, where it raises up past 35, and you can get your money back, or profit on it. So that's my opinion on Delta. I think it's the least destroyed of all the airlines. I know some of the other airlines like have had problems, and Delta is like the least affected. So that's why I like Delta. And I mean, it's just, it's basically the threats to it are really obvious. If you look at the news, you can see, are they buying planes? Are they laying off people? And the other thing to look for is, what are the politicians doing? Are they coming to agreements with the stimulus packages, the Democrats and the Republicans? And if they are, that's a good sign. And the other thing is the virus. If the virus goes away, if we start getting really good news about that, this will go up. But it's got debt, and it would get into a place where it can't recover at some point. It's got some time to go, so it should be good. But we have to we have to do better. We have to heal from this virus and get better. And that's my opinion on Delta Airlines. I think that it's worth more than it's set at, but I think that the people who buy stock might panic, and it might go down a little bit. But ultimately, I think that that it should be essentially going up, and you should be able to make money on it, especially if you're willing to wait and hold on it until next year, until the later half of next year. You'll be able to, there will be points when it goes up higher than where it is. So if you set a sell for that price, you should be able to make money.